You know, ancient Pompeii has showed us a lot of things because it's actually a time capsule trapped in time. One of the first things that we've ever got out of it was the fact that they had died under the ash and sapping so rapidly that it left actual sculptures of the people writhing in the pain and going through death. And they injected some of those with that plaster and brought us about a lot of those casts. But a lot of other things have been found out through Pompeii about ancient life in Greece because it shows a time capsule again, something where they really can capture this one moment in time where it got sealed over and dug back through it. In fact, one of the neat things that they found out was that the dating that had been given by Pliny the Elder was actually wrong. That they found on the wall a date that was inscribed, and therefore it says that it couldn't have actually happened then because they would have already been mulled under. It's a pretty strange effect. And they've shown a lot of these brothels and things like that that happened there, and of course it got all trapped under when Vesuvius let loose. But when trying to find things that are unique to it, they found a few that point out something different. You know, when we think of fast foods, we probably think of it something that's brought about by the 1940s and 50s and hamburger joints and things along that idea in America and so on, and this idea of fast food. But what we're looking at here is a place they known as a thermapoleum, which translates to warm, quick food. And they're basically able to go there and get a warm, quick meal that's already made up. They don't have to wait for after they put their order in for it to be sliced and cooked and so on. In fact, what we're looking at here is something very much like a cafeteria or a chipotle or a Subway in effect here, where people go down through or down the run here and get stuff that's been pre-cooked for them in fast food methods and make a meal for them. There's chicken, there's beef, there's pork, there's different types of chicken. There's olives and all types of salad works and things like that, and fish and so on. One of their our favorite dishes that they found through here is actually a sandwich. And so they had quick sandwiches, much like you'd think of a chipotle or places like this, covered over on these bins here. But whenever we look at these bins, they used to hold different types of food in them. And whenever we look at this picture here, you can barely see it in the bottom of it. But here in the very bottom corner, in the right corner here, is a boar, and then a chicken, and another animal like a goat, and so on. And it leads you around, and you're able to come here and go down the run and choose which things that you wanted and finish out the end of the run, and then just like a cafeteria meal that we're all familiar with, pay your way out. It seemed spice wines were extremely famous and the usual drink, although they offered quite a few different drinks. One of the meals that they offered that's, well, it sounds quite reasonable to us today, was a shaved beef sandwich on a bun. And one of the things they liked was melted cheese on it, and where it would have been toasted. Where an oven near here, they would take and make it up and then put it in there and toast it for you. And now it sounds even more like Chipotle or a Subway, where they would actually toast your sandwich. Pretty neat here, this thermapoleum that's shown here. So other than the ideas of all kinds of things that they had shown, that we have in a modern day and much more modernity. You can see here they have something that looks like a pizza oven back here in the back. And all of these little pivots here are done with pre-cooked foods that are made up of a bunch, a lot more than one person would ever eat. But it's their real popular meals. Everybody likes them, and they go through it on a day. In a modern day, we think of like barbecue houses, and where they cook the barbecue from the day before all night long, and then they cook till they sell it out the following day, and it repeats and keeps going. And this was going on then. So if they had a bun and they had cheese and they had meat, they basically had a Philly cheesesteak type of sandwich for you right there, or what you would think of as a burger, but it's shaved, not chopped up or ground at this point. They haven't found any points of that yet. But actually the Philly cheesesteak type sandwich would go back much earlier than even this date. For their Sumerian records, where they showed that you could come in and get a shaved beef sandwich with melted cheese on it, on a bun. But it wasn't necessarily in a fast food cafeteria way like this. So it's pretty neat to find out that they had something like this in this fast food cafeteria way. And they had these paintings in front of each one of the dishes that are there, and you make choices based upon that. It's kind of neat. It shows a chicken. You want the chicken? Do you want this? Do you want the beef? Pretty unique. Just thought I'd share this with you. Some of these areas could have been kept heated under it and through it by having a hollow that runs around through into a stove that lets heat come back up through these, but then they're set inside with these dishes that hold the food, and so they're being heated from around it and kept warm. It's pretty amazing to think that they're making fast food sandwiches thousands of years ago. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. Peace.